I'm Trevor Alonzo, and this is my big game trailer review, part 6. Yes, I said big game. It is for something super, possibly in a bowl, just because YouTube flags the words together. I have to say it this way. Okay, so it was a really good game between Kansas City and the 49ers. It went into overtime at 19-19, with the game ending at 25-22. Kansas City won. Second year in a row. Let's see if they can do it next year for a third. It was a pretty good game. Both teams playing a really strong defense throughout most of the first quarter. Everyone really brought their A game. There was a streaker on the field, or at least he ran out there taking off his shirt. Seemed like he was trying to get naked during the game. And of course, nobody saw this unless he had social media. They did mention it, and of course, they're not going to put the cameras on the guy just in case. Okay, the commercials this year were okay. It seems like they're kind of going downhill. They're not being as funny as they used to be. There are some notable ones. I thought that Chris Pratt as Mr. Pringles was really funny. And I kind of want at least a fake trailer of Chris Pratt as Mr. Pringles. I did like the NFL ticket commercial of all the bird football teams as actual birds. I thought that was kind of funny. Both my kids liked it. The Christopher Walken BMW commercial was funny, with everybody impersonating Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken, I got no accent. According to that one Bond movie. The Arnold Schwarzenegger State Farm commercial was funny, but I was a little disappointed when I clicked on it on the website. It wasn't much longer. Because I kept advertising it as the movie is online. It was maybe a few seconds longer. The Carl Weathers commercial I thought was good, and it seemed like they just added on a little bit of behind the scenes footage of him smiling, just because he passed away this past week. I had heard he was in a commercial, but I heard they were going to tweak it. I was hoping for the best, and this was kind of the best. The Anthony Hopkins commercial where he talks about method acting and it turns out he's gonna play a mascot was pretty funny. One of the more funnier ones was a Paramount Plus football commercial with Patrick Stewart throwing "Hey Arnold" like he's a football, and because he misses he was like, I need some pig skin, and he's about to throw a Peppa Pig. The really funny commercial was the Dunk Kings. Ben Affleck and his Boston friends all doing a rap commercial, and this was definitely the funnier one. Okay, for trailers, we got a few that were spots for stuff that we already had out. So, stuff that already had commercials, like Kung Fu Panda, there was already a trailer out. Despicable Me 4. The one during this was kind of funny. It was showing the AI art that looks really horrible. One that my kids really liked was a Knuckles trailer. So, we're definitely a Sonic the Hedgehog house, which is going to be a series that's a spin-off from the movies. And it looks on par with the Sonic movies. Though I am kind of wondering if all the actors are actually coming back. Like, you can tell they got all the voice actors back. Okay, for actual trailers, which some of these were spots for go watch the trailer online, and there was a couple that was the full trailer on the Super Bowl. Okay, first off, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This is taking place after the recent trilogy. It's sometime after Caesar's Legacy. And it looks to be, from my guess, where the original movie from the 60s with Charlton Heston was at. And there's rumors that Taylor is going to show up, but possibly at the end or a cameo, or somehow it's tied into it. And if you really pay attention to the first Planet of the Apes of the recent trilogy, they made a few comments and stuff about astronauts taking off. And if you really pay attention to a newspaper clipping in the background, it said, "Space Shuttle Loss," hinting at that space shuttle being the one that shows up in the original Planet of the Apes, but for this timeline. So it feels like we've gone full circle here, and kind of wondering where they're going to go with this. But I'm really intrigued too, because every Planet of the Apes movie has been good on some level. Except for the Tim Burton one, which was intriguing up until I was watching it and it felt like it went nowhere there. But that one still had some interesting ideas. The next trailer is Wicked, which is based on the Broadway musical Wicked, which was based on the book Wicked. And this will be half of that Broadway musical, but I'm really wondering what they're doing with the advertising here. We all know the story of Wizard of Oz, And I think some people are going to be confused that this is just another retelling of Wizard of Oz and not a telling of the musical brought to the screen, because the way this trailer is cut, nobody is singing. Yes, there is a song in the background playing, but nobody is singing, which has become a weird recent trend in musical movies, where there are advertisements and trailers where nobody actually sings. There is a song in the background, or there's a melody in the background, and then when people go see it, there is a weird group of people who claim that the movie tricked them, even if it's for something that's been already a Broadway musical, like Into the Woods. That's a well-known Broadway musical. But yet, when I worked at a video store, people were angry and saying that the movie tricked them. So I hope they make it more clear to people who don't understand or living under a rock that this is going to be a musical. And I'm wondering how they break a stage musical into 2 movies. Okay, the next one is Twisters. The original was a really big hit in Tornado Alley. Everywhere else, it was kind of a mediocre hit. Here in Amarillo, Texas, huge hit. In Boston, probably not so huge. Okay, they've been talking about making a sequel for years. And that was before Bill Paxton passed away. And it doesn't look like Helen Hunt's in this. Maybe she makes a cameo appearance. But you see reminiscence of this, showing hints of the original movie. There is that Dorothy machine in the back. Wow, 2 movies that have a Wizard of Oz connection during the Super Bowl. So the Dorothy machine was definitely in the original. I wonder if it's different, or if this is a technical legacy sequel, or somehow connected. Or somebody's a kid of somebody from the first movie. It looks kind of fun. I'm gonna guess it's gonna do the same thing that it did back then. Huge hit in Tornado Alley. There's more than one Twister in this movie, hence the title, Twisters. You have to do a third one. What are you gonna do? Twisters. Double the tornadoes. Double the action. Double the Shania Twain songs. Come on, you got opportunity there. You have a few months before it hits in the summer. Okay, another trailer that popped up was for A Quiet Place Day 1, which did drop online a few days ago. This one looks pretty good. It's going to be a complete origin story of when the aliens first showed up, which we got a hint of in the last movie, but this is going to be the entire movie where nobody knows anything about it, and it's all day 1. I wonder if it just takes place on day 1, or if it goes a few days in. Okay, the next trailer is for, you guessed it, the Ryan Reynolds hit everybody wants to talk about, If. Imaginary Friends, which the trailer that popped up during the Super Bowl was a clip, and it was saying the whole trailer's online, which that trailer is connected to another commercial that popped up online the other day, and it goes back to an Office John Krasinski joke. In an episode of Office, Jim asks his Asian friend to show up and act like him to mess with Dwight, so they did the same joke with this trailer. Anybody who's an Office fan or a John Krasinski fan got the joke. Okay, last but not least, Deadpool 3 dropped a spot, and it was one of those ads where the whole trailer is online. And once you saw it online, you definitely got the title right away. It's now Deadpool and Wolverine. So nobody knew the title until now. Okay, this looks way good. Definitely the ending of Deadpool 2 affected everything. So a lot of people didn't die, and you see some characters at the very beginning where you're like, wait a minute. Okay, because of the ending of Deadpool 2, where Deadpool goes back in time and saves his wife, a bunch of characters that died in a movie are alive in this one. So it looks like the TVA from Loki has showed up to take Deadpool and basically ask him to fix the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So he's sort of in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and also outside of it. Okay, we all knew Wolverine was going to be in this. We all saw the online pictures of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. We all saw the pictures of Hugh Jackman in a yellow and black suit. But this is the first time we saw a glimpse of Patch. And you can't tell me that's not Patch. That's shot from behind. Looks like James Bond, but really just Wolverine in a tuxedo. Playing cards, just like in the comics. And we get a glimpse of Wolverine at the very end, just from behind, for a few seconds. And of course, this is going to be a hard R. So I'm wondering if they're going to have Wolverine in this throughout most of the movie, or in different parts. And how many different Wolverines are we going to get? Is he going to go to different timelines and see different Wolverines there? I'm really excited about this. So far, this is going to be Marvel's only movie this year. Okay, not counting the Sony Spider-Man, Spider-Verse stuff. But the MCU movies, this is so far the only one. Which is probably because of the strike. That's right, the strike from last year. A lot of things got delayed, including this movie. But I also wonder if they're going to push something to come out in December. Who knows at this point. I'm excited about Deadpool Wolverine. Alright, so that's my review of the trailers that came out during the Super Bowl. There kinda really wasn't that many compared to some years. And a lot of them were spots for stuff that was already out there. Thank you for watching my video.